Hi. Hi. So this is a video, obviously. And I just want to say that today is my last day of school for the year. No, sorry, not the year. For the term 3, because we have 4 terms in a year. And then I have 2 weeks holiday. And then I go back to school and then I finish for the year and then I have holidays. But today was basically my last day of year 11 and I'm now in year 12, which is the last year of high school in Australia. And we got a badge in our induction in the big assembly. We got a badge, it's Roman numerals, and it's gold, and it says 12, because X is 10, and I is 2, so 2 plus 10 is 12. And yeah, and so basically, when you go into year 12, instead of January to December being a full school year, um, year 12 is a bit different because you don't have a fourth term. Well, you have a fourth term, but it's not in the usual January to December. It's so year 11 is only got 3 terms, and so I've just finished my third term. And so now I'm in year 12, and year 12 starts in the fourth term of the school year, and then it goes into January is then first term, and then second and third, and then finished. It's complicated. That's only for year 12 though. The rest is normal January to December. I'm sorry. This is my strawberry body butter from the Body Shop. It's just really yummy, and when I like to calm down and stuff, I smell it. Calms me down. Anyway, so I want to share my ghost stories because I have a lot of ghost stories that I need to tell because I've had some run-in with ghosts. Um, basically, I've seen a couple of ghosts. I don't know if anyone believes in ghosts or they don't, but I definitely do. I am a supernatural fan. I love everything to do with it. Sci-fi. I'm a sci-fi geek. That's what I am. I love Charmed, Buffy, Ghost Whisperer, um, Angel. I love X-Files. Um, what else? Oh yeah, I love Heroes. Um, yeah, I'm just a sci-fi nut. Anyway, and so my very first ghost was in year nine, and I took photography in year 9 and 10. And in year 9, we had a dark room. So we're doing wet photography, which is where you take the photo and then you take the film out and you do a lights photo, and then it shines it onto it, exposes it to the photo paper, and then that's the image is then copied onto the paper, and then you put it in the chemicals and the dark rooms and stuff, and then you hang it to dry, and then it appears. And so we have a light trap where it's basically you walk in and then you close the door behind you, and then you turn to your left and there's a curtain, and you go into the curtain, and then it's a little box, and then you close the curtain, and then what you do is you then so yeah, I've closed the curtain, and then you turn and you open the other curtain, which then leads into the dark room where everyone's doing their work. Otherwise, the light would destroy it. And then you close the curtain behind you, and then you're in the room. And it's like a light trap, so it stops the light from coming in. Anyway, and so I was on my way out, and so I came in from the dark room, and what I did was so that's the curtain. I opened it. I sort of had my head down and I walked in. I closed the curtain and then I looked up, and then all of a sudden I freaked out because what I saw, I am not joking. A lot of people are like, I'm not joking. I saw a ghost, but I really did. It was a really tall guy, way taller than me. Like I had to look up at him, And so he was really tall. He sort of had, he was skinny, and I couldn't see his face because we were in the dark, so he was sort of like a black silhouette. And because the red lights in the dark room are safe to use, they won't affect the projects or anything. And so that was kind of shining on him, so it looked like he had red hair, like he was like not like red, but like ginger red. So it looked like he had ginger hair, and it was such a surprise to me. And I freaked out. I walked in, closed it, looked up, freaked out, and my heart skipped a beat, and it was beating so fast. So I went like that. I closed my eyes and sort of looked away, like in this like flat, oh, look away. And then 2 seconds later, I look back again, and there's no one there, like absolutely no one. It's just me in the light trap. And so I was like, holy shit. So I got out of it, and then I was like, oh my god, there was a ghost in the light trap, and there was this really tall guy, and I explained it, and everyone was like, are you sure it just wasn't someone else in the light trap in there with you? And I was like, no, no one was in it. It was just me. And they're like, and some people were freaked out, like, I don't want to go in there now. I don't want to go through the light trap because it was the only way to get in. And they're like, I don't want to go through. And I was like, I was freaking out. Anyway, that was my first encounter. I don't remember what order all the other ones are, but I'll tell you. Um, my second encounter with ghosts was the most recent one. I'll say that one in a minute. Excuse me. What happened was sometimes I see like things in the corner of my eye. Um, and it's basically like for a while after my stepmom's brother died, um, I saw sort of like I had mirrors. My wardrobes were mirrors. So I'll show you. See how my wardrobes are mirrors? I'm on my bed. So basically, I was sort of standing there and I was like fixing my hair. And what happened was, out of the corner of my eye, out the door in my old house, in the hallway, sort of like a black thing went by, and I was like, oh. And so I went out and I looked, and there was nothing there, and I was like, what's that? Anyway, so I went back in, and as I walked back in, like it was like a little black thing. Oh, sorry, blah, 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 blah. It was like a little, not a little, but like a big bug beetle thing. That's what my mind sort of saw. It's like a big beetle black thing that went across, like huge but little. Doesn't make sense. Anyway, and so then as I walked back into my bedroom, on the left hand side, as I came in and turned to go back to the thing, I had a black figure, um, from memory, because this was in like 2009 or 10. I don't remember. Anyway, and so it was my, yeah, and so it was like a black figure, and it was a guy, it was a man, and I was like, and I freaked out, but it disappeared like that afterwards, like all of a sudden it disappeared again. And my most recent one, oh, seriously, I freaked out. I freak out, but I love it. I just absolutely love them. And what happened was, I was in my new house, and this is not this one. This is my mum's place, my grandparents' place. It's a really big house, and so it's empty. We haven't moved in or anything yet, but so we were walking around having a look, going, oh yeah, this will be ours, and we'll get everything done, and we're going to bring in the roof and like expand this. And I was like, okay, whatever. And so I went upstairs to have a look around upstairs because I hadn't been in the house yet, and so I'd seen downstairs. So I went upstairs, and I was up there by myself. And so I was walking down the corridor, like the thing, and what happened was, when I turned around, I saw, oh, it was like an old man. It wasn't an old man, like but like probably in his early 60s, right? And he was sort of following me. What happened was, so we walked in. I was in the corridor, so I turned around to come back out, and I saw this old man. Um, and what happened was, he then sort of walked, because he was quite close to the wall, and so he was kind of like here, and I was like, sorry, he was like here, and no, yeah, no, he was here, and I was like here, and so I turned around, and I saw him, and what he did was, he sort of was like, oh, and so he went over there and he hid behind that wall, so I couldn't see him. He sort of disappeared behind the thing, and so I was like, oh, so I followed, and this was only 10 steps. It would have only taken me 10 steps to get round that wall. So I went round and there was no one there. And then my pops was like at the top of the stairs, and I was like, were you just here? And he was like, hmm. And I was like, were you just up here having a look around? And he was like, no, I've only just come up the stairs. I've only just come up. And I was like, so you weren't up here having a look around? And he was like, no, I was downstairs. I've just come up. And he was like, why? And I was like, because I've just saw a ghost. And he was like, what? And I'm like, because I'm like, this house is haunted. And so now I have a ghost in my house. My mum sees ghosts some of the times. She's seen an old woman. This is always when she's woken up. So the first time was in like 2009. She was asleep, and then she woke up and she saw an old woman standing right next to her, because she was lying down. So the old woman was standing right next to her, and she sort of had like her hands open like a book, sort of like I think my mum said it was a Bible, like she was trying to show us something in the Bible, because my mum's like super anti-Christian. She's like atheist. She doesn't believe in anything like God or anything. But she believes in ghosts. Crazy. And she freaked out. The next time it was an old man. He was sort of standing in the doorway watching her. I hate it when they do that. Like, I don't know, I haven't had any that stand there, but the old man that watched me, who was following me in the house, I was like, ugh. Anyway, and so he stood there. And then the next time she saw, sorry, my throat's dry. The next time she saw like a young guy, like 27 or something, I think she said he might have been, and he was wearing like a green jacket. Yeah, he was wearing a green jacket. And the next time she saw them, there were two little Chinese kids, and they were at the foot of the bed, and they were sort of like just standing there. Yeah, they were like little, probably. I think she said, what did she say? I think she said 6 or 7 years old. I can't remember how old she said they were. I think they're about 6 or 7. Anyway, yeah. And so then when we moved to the new place, and then she didn't see any then, and then we've moved again, and she hasn't seen any yet. So she sees them. But yeah, that's pretty much my little spiel. I know it's a really long video, and it's probably a bit boring. But there's nothing I can do about that, because that's what the video's about. Anyway, so you guys can subscribe. You can check out my other videos. You can comment, or you can like. That'd be awesome. Oh, my hair. Yeah. So that's my little story about my ghost. If you guys have any other encounters, if you've had anything, send me a private message or comment. That'd be great. And let me know if you guys have seen any ghosts or anything like that. Alright guys, peace out. Bye.